Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This shir should be a special schus for Atida Edith Bas Ito Rachel, Shabbat for Shleima, and for Yedid Nafshi, Rabbi Yonah Kluger, Bracha v'atzlacha b'chol ma'aseh yadav. Gemara says in Brachas Lamed Hamid Beis, Rabbi Yanai eina tel mischayev b'maiser achir pnei habayis. You know when tevel, when untithed produce becomes chayiv in meiser, when it enters the house. Rabbi Elchonon Ehrman afilu chotzer kovas. Rabbi Elchonon says that it becomes chayiv in meiser. You have to tithe it even when you bring it into your courtyard. So what's the shorish of this machlokas? We know that Eila B'Eila Divrei Elokim Chayim. They're both right. We want to understand each side. What's the lesson that they're teaching us here? So we go to Maran Rav in the Ein Hayah and Brachas. To Udas HaMaiser, Ki B'yichud L'roimim Es HaOdam Mimatzavu HaPrati HaGashmi HaMugbal B'Yisyachadus Kinyonav V'Vitshu Koisav El Matzavu HaKloli HaRuchni Shemis'ale Lahokir Es Erech HaKlal Kulo Shehu Chofetz Hashem Be'olamo. The purpose of Meiser is particularly to elevate man from his individual material situation that's very limited. He's connected to his things, to his stuff, his house, his car, his possessions. We want to take this limited person, this narrow-minded person, as we all can be at times, and we want to elevate him to the matzav klali aruchni. Stop thinking about, not you, but me. Stop thinking about yourself for a few minutes. Think about the cloud, the spiritual community, which is the desire of God in this world, that we should be a community, not just a bunch of individuals thinking about ourselves all day long. We say in Maran Hebrew, Nimas. You get sick of it, think about yourself. You have to think about the cloud. Ve'aroshem sha'et yachadut oseh lenatek et ha'adam mirigshotah va'adinot. And the impression that the Hisyachadus does to detach. What does it mean, Hisyachadus? Earlier on he said, Hisyachadus kinyana v'chukosav. We're connected, we're united with we're focused on our narrow possessions. So how then do we elevate ourselves? How do we detach ourselves? From the Yisyachadus to Kinyana V'Shu Kosev, to all of our desires, to the Matzav HaKlali. So one way to do it is Yisyachadus B'Tziur. We're able to connect to the cloud in a picture, in a vision, in an ideal, in an attitude. And the other one is the Siachadus B'Fa'al, connecting to the cloud in practice. Hatziyur Yachdeo B'Kinyanim Yuchadim Av V'Shitin Shamokum V'Yad Gam L'Zu L'Aso Aval Tavua Bo Hatziyur so what's the tziyur? The tziyur is that you have special kinyanim. Other people have a place also, but in your picture, in your mind, you are the yesod. The person is the yesod, is the foundation, is the center, and everybody else is secondary to him. So it starts in the chutzner. In other words, we start in the world of tziyur. In the world of tziyur, you're in this place where on one hand other people can go in there. On the other hand, it's yours and other people are just guests. So a chutzner yesh b'yad rabim nichnasim sham v'yotzim. In the chutzner, you have a hand, and many people can walk in and enter into your chutzner. Back then, that's the way it used to be, right? You have your house, and then there are a few houses led to a courtyard. So other people are also going into the courtyard. So on one hand, there are other people there. On the other hand, but it's still a strong, stark Rishus HaYachid. A chutzner is still Rishus HaYachid. It's still a private domain. So this parallels this giraon, this vice of the necessities, the contingencies of the material life that they bring to the sanctity of the spirit of man. Opposite that, to contend with this, to offset this Rishus HaYachid, we have the Kedushas HaMaiser of Kedushas HaShem, Kriyas Shem. That you give it a Shem Maiser. And that's a mitzvah essay, Levad Nesinasa. That's an independent mitzvah, just Kriyas Shem. So when Rabbi Elchonon says, Chotzer Kovas LeMaiser, he was referring to Kriyas Shem, the first stage, just giving it a name. That's in the world of Tzior. In your picture, this is Maiser. In your vision, this is going to be Maiser. And that relates to your courtyard, where you have this vision of being a more klaliistic person, which is what giving a meiser is all about. You're giving it to the Kohen, whose job is to teach Torah to Klal Yisrael, Kohanim and Levim, Shevet Levi. So you're in your chutzner, which is on one hand a private domain, so it's still about you, but there are also other people walking around. So in that place, you have to elevate. On one hand, there are people walking around, so there is an element of rabbim here. But it's also Rishus HaYachid. So this is Keneged Kriyas Shem. You give it its name, and now you have this picture. No, this is for the klal. It's like your courtyard is also on some level for the klal, but it's also a prat. It's also Rishus HaYachid. So in that courtyard, you have to remember, when it goes into the courtyard, no, I'm giving Maisus, I'm worrying about the klal. And that's the Kriyas Shem, that's just the Tzior. That's the picture. That's the vision, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet, this vision of klal, because you haven't given it to the Kohen yet. So in the Chatzah you have the vision. B'bayis miyuchad b'foya, shamu mokam miyuchad liske ayachad shein l'zulasa b'foya b'knisa rochav klal. There, how many people are walking in and out of your house? Not too many. And you have a front door, and you have a doorbell, and your door is locked, double lock, bottom lock, upper lock, chain. People have to ring the bell. Sometimes people open, sometimes people don't open. So this is a world where before, in the chutzner, in your vision, it's a Rishus HaYachid, but you don't see it so much because people are walking around. So in the Olam HaTziur, it's a Rishus HaYachid. So therefore, you're but people are still walking around, because before it's not. Before, people are walking around. So you're Korei Shem, which is the world of Tzior. Now you have this vision that this is going to be Maisrus, that you're a man of the klal. Even though in your vision, you know that this is a Rishus HaYachid. But now in your vision, it's becoming a Rishus HaRabim. You're not the chutzner, but you're giving Maiser because you're worried about the Rabbim. And then you have your house, which is before Rishus HaYachid. Before, there's almost nobody in your house but you. She'ein l'zulasa before bo knisa rochav klal. Kan tarshim hasyachdus before alis pulas al adam. So now you're in the world of before. Before, it's just yours. So what do? Before now, connect your house. So when the Maisrus comes into your house, now you have to give it before to the Kohen. So the chiyuv of before, giving it to the Kohen, that's when it's Yireh Pnei Abayis. And the chiyuv, connect the chiyuv of Kriyas Shem, you have both chiyuv. Connect the chiyuv of Kriyas Shem is the chutzner. because that's in the world of Tzior, because your Chatzar is in your world of Tzior, it's a Rishus HaYachid. And therefore you have to take it from that Rishus HaYachid in your vision to the world of Rabbim, to the community. And then when the Tevel comes into your house, that's a Rishus HaYachid. Your house is before the Rishus HaYachid. And Keneged that, now you're Chayiv before, in practice, to give it to the Kohen. Meisers, which teach us the general spiritual concerns. He will teach his statutes to Jacob and his Torah to the Jewish people. Giving it to the Kohanim, those who are teaching Torah to Am Yisrael, that makes you a klolistic person. So therefore, corresponding to the Kriyas Shem, the Chotzer is Kovaz, as we explained. The world of Tzir, because in your Tzir it's just Echid. So therefore in the world of Tzir you have to now say, I'm going to give it to the Kohen. And now is a Shem Meiser. And then Chiyuv Nesina before, that's connected your house, which is before, or Rishus HaYachid. So now you have to say that before, since it comes into the Shliach, now you have to actually go and practice and give it to the Kohen, who's a man of the cloud. About Dvarim Hayu, Me'irei Einayim, U'marchivei Leiv, Baruch Hashem b'siyata d'shmaya. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.